And good morning everybody. This is also another deck profile for a deck I never thought I'd ever bring forth, which is Bonney. I managed to pull the alternate artwork a few days ago just after 3 booster packs. Sometimes I'll go in and buy a lucky dip, and this is what came out of my second out of the 3 openings. Anyway, it's a bit early, I just woke up, so this leader is on your opponent's attack once per turn. You may rest one specified number of Don cards in your cost area, and then rest up to one opponent's leaders or character cards. 5 life leader, 5000 attack. Apparently this is really very annoying. I've only playtested it a couple of times with a friend over the weekend. But I'm intrigued, and if it goes well, I'll keep it, if I enjoy it. If not, my aim for set 7 onwards was to stick to black and purple decks. And this popped out and I just thought, you know what, give it a shot. So it's a 5 life leader. First of all, Bonney Searcher. This is from the starter deck 2, worst generation. So a cost of 1, 1000 attack and 1000 counter. Activate main. Rested on. You may rest this card, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 supernova type card and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. You can even search this card out itself as well, if you don't have a choice. But I do play about 30 supernovas in this deck, so play 4 of those. We do have the new Scratch Manapoo from EV1. 2000 counter, 1 cost, 1000 attack. And on play, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. Unless they're running low blockers and you're going in for the kill, it's a 2k counter in your hand. And that's pretty much it. So 4 of them. Then I play Scratch Manapoo again. Another 2000 counter, but with the cost of 2 and 3000 attack. And this time it's Don X1 when attacking, rest up to one of your opponent's cards. Don cards. So you got the best of both worlds in this kind of sense. Still, mostly a cost just for the 2k counter. Then I play 2 of the Don Quixote Rosinantes from set 5. That cost 2 blockers, 1000 attack and a 1000 counter. And during your opponent's turn, if your arrested character would be KO'd, any of them, you can choose to trash this card instead. I did originally start playing 3, but I took 1 out. I didn't realise I was playing 51 cards rather than 50. So if I would, I'd play a 3rd, but there's no room. And then we have 4 of the new Arouge. This is where Isho partly gets better as well with this blocker in it. I'm looking at that deck already, again. So this is a 1000 counter, cost of 4, 5000 attack, and then blocker. At the end of your turn, set up to one of your Don cards as active. 1 Don card with their effect. So I play 4 of those. Now I've seen a few decks. I've only seen 1 at the minute that play Carrot from set 2. 2000 counter, cost of 5, 5000 attack. It's not bad. However, at the end of the turn, set up 1 Don. A card is active. You need it for Bonney's effect. So with that and a Rouge, you're setting up 2. And to help back that up, we've also got 5 Cavendish. Cost 5 Cavendish, 4 of them. With 1000 counter, 6000 attack, and on play / when attacking, if your leader has the supernova and there is no other Cavendish on the field, set up 2 Don cards as active. So you can use this to summon extra characters or bigger swings, or once again save it for your Bonney leader during your opponent's turn. 4 of these is always needed in this deck. If you do play 3, I'd say you're very skilled and you know what you're doing when you're doing it. But 4, I think most agree is a must. Then I play 3 of the Trafalgar Law from starter deck 2. Not many play it, but I found it really useful with Cavendish when you can just ramp for Don in that sense. So it's 1,000 counter, cost of 5, 6,000 attack. On play, sets to one of your Supernova or Heart Pirate type rested characters with a cost of 5 or less as active. You've got a fit number of. Basically, it's for Cavendish. So to play 3 of those, but to back it up, I do have 3 of the Jewelry Bonney. They cost 5. Not many players will recommend this, but it can shut down the yellow decks, slow them down a bit. If it's not Big Mom, it's shutting down the cost 10 aces, especially in the new NL version. So I play 3 of these with a cost of 5, 1,000 counter and 6,000 attack, and don't play rest up to one of your opponent's rested characters, or Don, rest up to one of them. Let me rephrase that. Up to one of your opponent's rested characters or Don cards will not become active in your opponent's next refresh phase. So yes, high cost characters, if you know people are going to bring them out. Yellow decks for Ace, Big Mom, possible categories to slow them down a turn. It's nice, it is quite useful. And again, worst case scenario, it's got 1,000 counter. So I'll play 3 of those. I did originally play 4. Now for the Basil Hawkins. I'm sure I've got one somewhere, but I can't find it. But I think 3 is enough. And today it's a cost 6 blocker. And don't want to overwhelm myself too soon. So it's cost 6, no counter, 7,000 attack. If your leader has a Supernova type character, it is a Supernova type, this character gains blocker, and then when your opponent declares an attack, obviously a block. But once per turn, if this character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may rest one of your opponent's characters instead. So, getting KO'd by attack, don't matter, but if it's an effects like Red Rock or Rob Lucci's abilities to KO, you rest one of your opponent's characters. So I'm playing 3 of these and it works quite well at 3. I then play 3 of the Don Quixote Rocinante from set 4, Secret Rare. Cost of 8, 8,000, no counter. But on your opponent's turn, if this character is rested, your active character at the base cost of 5 cannot be KO'd by effects. So you've got your Carrot, you've got the cost 5 Bonney, the cost 5 Trafalgar Law, Cavendish. And you can bring all those down if you wanted to. And then next effects, which is on play, you may rest this character, play up to 1 green character card with a cost of 5 from your hand. You do play enough for this, otherwise it's an 8 body and it acts a bit like Kid. Then we play everyone's favourite for the green decks lately, just get in there. 3 of the cost 9 Zoros from OP6. No counter, cost 9, 9,000 attack. When attacking once per turn, rest 1 Don, reactivate it, swing again, and then activate again by resting 2 more Don and re-swinging. So potentially swinging 3 times with 9k, and it's an absolute devastating force for your opponent to deal with, especially when you stick about 3 Don on it. So 3 of those, because you do want to see it at least once. And then last but not least for the characters, 3 of the cost 10 Don Quixote Doflamingo. Oh, I hate that name sometimes. So it's a cost of 10,000 on play. Up to a total of 3 of your opponent's rested leader or character cards will not become active in your opponent's next refresh phase. This with Bonney's ability to block as well, your opponent's not doing a lot once this card is out. It's devastating. Now originally, before I swapped over, I was playing 3 of the Karmic Punishment. So these aren't in the deck. Mostly because of Arouge, Cavendish, to get the Don back as well as the Carrot. Then I thought to myself, chances are to get 3 characters on the field with some of the decks out there like blue and black and sometimes even red, the KO in up to 6Ks. So I didn't play those 3. They're pretty good if you know what you're doing. I placed it for 3 of these instead, even though it's to search more pizza. It's cost 1 event. it's look at top 5 cards for a Supernova card, other than more piece, and add it to your hand. Then the rest go into the bottom of your deck in any order. Search power is quite relevant for this deck, especially if you want to get to your cost 5s, your Basil Hawkins quicker. And also play 3 of the Daemon Slash for the second and last of my event cards. Cost of 2, join your main, up to one of your leader or character cards gain 3000 power, and then you may rest one of your characters with a cost of 3 or more. If you do, rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. The only reason why I've done this is, if you bring an Outlaw or a Bonney, you get their own play effect off. Play this, if you're swinging a Law or Bonney, rest them, because they're not doing anything else the rest of your turn anyways. And if you get a blocker down, you can defend them. Other than that, I think it's a fairly good card. It's searchable because it also states Supernova as well as Straw Hat. This is just my outtake on the deck. I haven't looked at many online for any ideas. Most of them run the Doflamingo package, including Baby 5. I don't like it. I look at it straight away, I think it's going to be too cloggy because you've got Supernova Searcher, Don Quixote Searcher, and chances are the cards you really need for 2 or 3 turns later are going to be at the bottom of your deck. So, if you play in the pizzas and the Bonnies, you search your Supernovas all day long. I think I play 19 or between 19 and 20 non Supernova cards, but there's literally about 30 Supernovas in this deck.